Hi, everyone. If you could go to joinpd.com and type in the code, that's going to give you access to our slide deck and activity.
Yes.
Wait, how do we do that?
So go ahead and open up a Chrome browser.
Oh, Chrome browser.
And you're going to type joinpd.com.
Okay.
And then you're going to type in the code, which is,
Let's see.
is that
It's all lowercase
L.
letters, L, C, H,
Does it affect
K,
my department in terms of money?
N.
Then we'll
And then
I
well,
don't know.
go with whatever my
Everybody.
department went with. No thanks.
LCHKNKHA.
Again, for those of you that are with us, welcome. We will start our session in about a minute. Please go to joinpd.com and type in the code LCH space KHN. And that will give you access to our slide deck.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to take a minute and welcome you to another Wednesday Tech Talk and give a big shout out to Anna and Yoko, who'll be providing this week's Tech Talk, our Garvey TV Tech Talk. So thank you very much. And thank you all for giving up your Wednesday and spending some time with us to talk about Zoom and technology questions. Thank you, Yoko, and thank you, Anna, for all you do for our district. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rudy. Okay, I think we're ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, looks like we have somebody in the waiting room. Anna, should we start? For those of you that have joined our Pear Deck session, we're still waiting a few minutes just for everybody to join us. But while we're waiting, please begin by completing this picture and just, you can draw, you could type.
Doodle.
You could doodle, you could do whatever you want to this picture.
If the school
It doesn't seem to be drawing.
Do you have did the menu pop up with the all the colors and all the tools?
Oh, yeah, no, I don't see the pop-up, so. Unless
Are
it's
you-
popping up somewhere. Ah, okay, I see. It's on my main screen. Okay, I got it now. All right, thanks.
And while we're waiting for a few more to join, just a reminder, you don't have to be looking at the Zoom video link. Everything's going to be projected on your own screens. So you don't have to toggle between the two, just stay on the Join PD tab.
Okay.
We just had 2 people join. I'm going to post the information in the chat. Please go to joinpd.com and enter the code LCH space KHN. That's going to give you access to our Pear Deck activity for today. Anna, would you like to share some of the drawings that the teachers have, or would you like to do that later?
No, I can share now. I'm looking at your screens. I'm also commenting on some of your awesome pictures. Some of you guys are very creative. So let me go ahead and share with you guys the teacher view of this while we wait for a few more, or while we wait for some people to log in. But if you take a look at the Zoom video, you'll be able to see the share mode where you can see what students are, or what you guys are currently drawing, what you guys are currently doing.
So in order to see the Anna showing some of the teacher drawings, you're going to have to switch back over to Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
And right now she's scrolling through some of the some of the drawings.
And the great thing is, for example, if you want to comment on a certain individual's image, you can click on the comment box that's off to the side that says leave feedback, and you're able to give them a feedback and then let them know how they're doing, if they're doing good, if they have to watch out for something. So that's an awesome feature right there.
Okay, shall we continue?
Yes, let's go ahead and continue. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started.
Alrighty, welcome to our Tech Talk Wednesday. This is our Zoom recap. So we are going to go over some of the basic things in Zoom, kind of the common questions that we've been getting. And at the end of this session, we will be doing a quick Q&A. So if you have any lingering questions, that's the time to ask. So we'll do that at the end. Next slide, please. So for our agenda, we're going to go over breakout rooms, updating Zoom, the video settings, connecting the iPad to Zoom, the multiple participants sharing view, as well as updating your Zoom link to make sure that the link doesn't expire. So I forgot to put that one in, but we will also be going over that. Next slide. Okay, so in our first video, we're going to go over the dual monitors with Zoom. So hopefully all of you have picked up your second monitor, and if you haven't, please contact ETI so you could pick up your second monitor. But this is a video from Rachel Wong where she shows you what her dual screen looks like. Go ahead, Anna.
So here I have my students. We are on break right now, which is why they're eating. On one screen, then I have my extended monitor here. Now I'm going to go ahead and share a screen. We were reading a book on penguins, so I'm going to go ahead and click share, and that automatically puts it over into my extended monitor. And I went ahead also and clicked the grid view on my participants window that way, and I dragged it open. That way I can see everybody. Now, if I wanted to move them over to my second monitor, all I have to do is click and drag them over to the extended screen or my dual monitor, and there they are, and I can see everyone while also having my first monitor to share.
So that's how I have my setup as well. On one screen, I have the slide or I have the website that I'm sharing, and over on the second monitor, I have all of my students, and I also have my chat box open so I could keep track of everything. And that's why while you're looking at me right now, I'm not facing you, but I'm actually facing off to the side, and I'm actually looking at the overall grid view of all the students. Anna, just double checking, do you have it optimized for video sharing?
Was it playing funny?
It was playing a little bit funny.
Okay, give me a second. Okay.
All right, next video. And please reach out to me if you have any questions on setting up your dual screen. On our website that we created, we have all the videos that we posted on how to set up your second monitor, how to do the computer settings, how to tinker with the buttons on the actual monitor, as well as how to fix your sound, because when you plug in your second monitor, the sound actually kind of disappears, and it's because the sound is playing from your monitor. And so I have a video on how to fix that, as well as other videos, a whole bunch of stuff on that website under the dual monitor section. I could post a link. I'll post a link in the chat in a bit, but please check that out. All the information is there. And if you have any further questions, please email me and I could help you set up that second monitor.
Sorry, give me a quick second. There we go.
No problem.
Okay, and then there should be a small activity that pops up on your end that's asking a question regarding, have you tried breakout rooms with your class? You can go ahead and answer that on the Pear Deck activity.
Can you show?
I cannot see the answer choices because it's being blocked by the view options.
Okay, cool.
Can you elaborate what you mean by it's being blocked?
When I'm looking at the presentation session, I cannot see the answer choices because it's being blocked by the view options, the bar with the.
Can you move the view options?
I tried, but I couldn't move it. Oh, okay, I got it now. I click on the wrong part. Okay, I got it. Thanks.
No problem. And in the chat again, I posted the link to the website, and that's going to take you straight to the dual monitor section for the setup. And then I'll post a link later, which will include the section for this this Wednesday's Tech Talk.
Okay, and then just to share, so far, it looks like, yes, most of you guys have been using breakout rooms in one way or another. That's great to hear. Okay.
Wow, 14. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? We might be able to. No, it's okay. We'll still show the video.
Still show the video on the next slide?
Or we could skip the video since 14 people have tried it. Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead and go to the next slide.
Okay.
So this here I have a breakout room video, and it's like a 6-minute video where I go over how to set up how to set up the breakout room and start the sessions. But since most of you have already done the breakout room, I think we're going to skip this video but don't worry, you could always come back to the slide and view this at your own time. So this the slide deck will be available to you after this session.
Okay. Yoko, are you going to place them in the breakout room still?
No, go ahead and do that.
Okay, so now
only the host can do that. So
okay. So now we're going to go ahead and place you guys all in breakout rooms. There should have been a new slide on slide 7. It should allow you guys to open up a website. It's going to take you guys to a Padlet wall that looks something like this. Some of you guys are already there typing away and adding some of your responses. I'm going to go ahead and place you guys in breakout rooms just so that you guys can talk to one another if you choose to and share out some of your ideas. Wait a second here, breakout rooms. Ah. Okay, and I know at one point while Yoko's returning, I don't know if she's back, I know at one point some of you guys asked, well, how can I post a question and see live responses from my students? This is one way of doing so, because while you guys were all typing away, this is what I got to see. I got to see how you guys were typing in your responses. I got to see who was typing in what responses. Normally in a class setting, if you're choosing to use Padlet, you want to make sure that you inform your students to make sure that they include their names onto their sticky notes, so that way you know who's responding and what they are posting. But this is one way of doing it. And the great thing about it is that it won't freeze up when you have multiple students logging in all at once trying to type something. And it also only gives them control over their own sticky note rather than them being able to control somebody else's sticky note.
Like the Jamboard.
Yeah, like the Jamboard.
It's so awesome.
Mhm.
And everybody could put sticky notes, but like Anna said, the problem is that they can go and they could delete everything.
Mhm.
Go ahead and move on, Anna. Did you know that Zoom has updates? Yes or no? Move the taco to your answer.
And so far, most of the responses are no.
Oh, this is exciting.
All the tacos are in the no section.
Oh no, the tacos are in the no. No tacos. That's a sad taco.
So far, we have one in the yes. Elaine, good job.
Woo!
And Miss Christine, or Kristen, sorry, pronounce your name wrong. Awesome.
Where are the tacos to drag?
So again, you don't have to be looking at our Zoom meeting. You would look at the tab that you opened up for the Join PD, and there you'll be able to see all of the interactive activities.
Well, it wouldn't open, so.
Okay, but just to share with everyone, we'll give you another 20 seconds to go ahead and respond. This is so far what it looks like from everybody, for those of you who weren't able to open up the activity.
I like how that one taco has yes written on it.
Oh no, they hovered it over the word yes, so that's why it's there.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Yes. And the great thing is that you can hover over them and then see exactly what everyone voted. So that's awesome. Okay.
Okay, next slide.
Okay, next slide.
So in this video, I'm going to go over how to update your Zoom. Please don't try to do that right now, because if you do that right now, it's going to end this Zoom session that you're in. So you want to wait until after this Zoom session to start updating. Go ahead. In this video, I'm going to show you how to update Zoom. First, locate the Zoom icon on your desktop. It looks like this blue square with a white camera inside. If you don't see it on your desktop, go to the search bar down below and type Zoom. It'll look like this, Zoom app. Go ahead and click on it. You're going to have to sign in with your Google. Make sure you select your GESD.US email. Perfect. Now you're logged into Zoom. In the corner, you're going to see either your icon or your initials. Go ahead and click on that. Scroll below and look for Check for Updates. My Zoom is currently up to date. For yours, it may take a few minutes to load all of the updates. Once all of your updates are loaded, just click Update. In this video, I'm going to show you how to download the Zoom app. First, log into Clever, scroll all the way down, and click on the app that says Zoom Teachers and Staff. This should open up to your Zoom profile page. Next, click on Host a Meeting. You could do with video off or on, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to click on the one that says with video off, and that's going to launch a Zoom meeting. At the very bottom, it says Download Now. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to save this file onto my computer by clicking Save. Next, I'm going to open this file by clicking on it, and that's going to install Zoom automatically. After it finishes installing Zoom, Zoom should launch automatically. I'm going to minimize this window. Now, when I type Zoom in the search bar, the Zoom app will show up. And from here, I could sign in and sign in with Google through your gesd.us email. Okay, so again, locate your Zoom icon that's either on your desktop or search for it in the white box that says type here to search, and then look for that Zoom icon. If you don't have the Zoom icon, that means you never downloaded Zoom to the computer. And if you don't have it, then you're going to have to download it. Do it through Clever. So go into Clever, go into Zoom and download the app. Follow the steps in the video. And I recommend that you do that after this session. Otherwise, it's going to kick you out of this Zoom session. And you definitely want to update because Zoom does have a lot of new features. You know, I think there's been like at least 4 or 5, 6 updates. So with every update, there's a lot of cool new features that come out. So definitely update it. Any questions on that?
So Yoko,
Yes.
if you already have Zoom, the app in Clever, you're asking us to update it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So whatever we have, so the district cannot update for all of us. We have to do it individually.
That is correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the district cannot push out a update. You're going to have to update it on your own.
Okay, I see. Okay.
If you have any questions on that, please reach out to me. Next slide, Anna. It looks like we hit our 2:30 mark, so we're going to speed up a little bit.
Okay.
So this is a video settings video, which you will be able to view later. And here I'm going to explain basically how to get the student view where you have 49 students. So if you're not able to see everybody and you only see 9 students, it's because you have to change the settings so that it's set to 49 students. So this video will walk you through those steps. Next slide.
Okay, and then some people have been reaching out to Yoko asking how to connect an iPad onto your Zoom meeting. In this video that you guys can watch at a later time, you can definitely play it, and that's going to walk you through how to connect the iPad with your Zoom meeting. So that way you can share with your students. Maybe you have Jamboard open up on your iPad, and that way they get to see what you're doing on your end.
And then in order to also detect the iPad, I believe you're going to need to have the newer version of Zoom. So make sure that you update Zoom in order to see the iPad.
And then the grid view for 49 students, also that one's also available after you've done the update for your Zoom as well. Okay. Another one of the updates has been multiple participants can share. So this means that not only you're sharing, but if you want certain students to be sharing their screen with you at all times, you can definitely have them share their screen. And what this will allow you to do is that you can see what your students are working on, and then you can hold your students accountable for their different work. Perfect for small groups, so you can see their screens. The only negative thing is that students also have that option to click through the different shared screens, just like the teacher. So that's one thing to look out for. But there'll be a video explaining a little bit further on this for you to be able to watch, just in case this is something that you would like to do.
So just to elaborate on that a little bit more, let's say that you're doing small group reading and you want, you want everybody looking at their benchmark advanced, the text, or maybe they're on Google Classroom and they have the text open. So instead of looking at their face, you could have everybody share their screen so that you can see that they have the text open. And that way, just like Anna said, it holds them accountable because you can see that they're actually looking at the text and they're reading it and they're following you. I know that there are some teachers that have been using this. Multiple participants can share to do their iReading. And so they'll have everybody share their screen as they're doing the iReading test. Good thing for them is that the students haven't caught on. They haven't figured out that they can see the other students' pages. But as the students catch on, you might be a little bit more careful with doing something like a test because they will be able to see the other pages.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Next slide.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this one is super important. Don't let your meeting links expire. You know what, let's just play this video, Anna.
In this video, you will learn how to schedule your meeting links so that they don't expire. First, log into Zoom through Clever. Select Meetings. Under the Upcoming tab, you will see all of the meetings that you have scheduled. If you hover over one of them, you will see it says Start, Edit, and Delete. Go ahead and select Edit and edit all occurrences. If you scroll down, you should see the end date. Mine is scheduled for the end of the school year in July. To change yours, click on the calendar, select the month, and select the day. You want to try to select a day as close to the end of the school year as possible. Once your Zoom link expires, you will not be able to change the end date and use the link. So you want to change your end date before the link expires. If you let the link expire, again, you will not be able to use the link. You will need to schedule a whole new meeting and send out a new link.
So everybody, please check your meetings. Make sure that your links will not be expiring anytime soon because your students are going to be emailing you saying, hey, I can't get in the link. It's because it's expired and you'll have to create a new link.
Okay.
So next week's Tech Talk Wednesday will be about the XP Pen. And so Marcy, Rachel, and Fong will be going over how to connect and use your XP Pen. So please come back for that next week, same time, 2 to 3.
Okay, actually, I'll be placing this in the chat box in just a minute right now. This is, I know there was a question earlier. What will happen when our current versions of Pear Deck expire? Will the district have something for us? Will we be able to get a license of some kind? This is the survey that you do want to make sure that you fill out. And then that way, we can let the district know, Rudy know, what the interest level for Pear Deck is. So if you're able to click on the link, if not, I'm gonna go ahead and post it right now on the chat box. I know some of you guys weren't able to open up that Pear Deck activity. Sorry, just give me a minute. There we go. So here is the link for that survey. If you guys please complete it.
And for those of you who couldn't jump into the Pear Deck session, basically what it is a cool way to integrate interactive activities to your Google slide. So once you have activities in your Google slide, you send it out and the students will be able to draw, they'll be able to type their answers, they will be able to write answers. You can set up a multiple choice question. You can have them drag little tacos to different answers. So it just adds this level of interactivity and engagement. And that's what Pear Deck does. It's pretty easy to use and simple to set up from the teacher point of view. And the interest form for Pear Deck is in the chat box, so please fill that out. And at this time, we will be doing a question and answer. So if anybody has any questions, Anna, should we just take it here?
Oh, that's right. The next slide was a Q&A. Forgot about that part.
Okay.
Let's just do it here, Anna.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So if anybody has any questions, you could type it in the chat or you could unmute yourself and please go ahead and ask. This will be Zoom related questions.
Okay. One thing I've noticed when I'm doing Zoom on two screens, and I don't know if this is a setup. Well, let me try and show you what I mean. Well, you're not going to see it on the second screen. Whenever I do a share screen where I'm doing sharing the screen so I can share two different windows at once, I noticed that on my second screen now isn't all the gallery, it's just whoever talked last. It just shows me one kid. Is there a way I can do a share of my screen while maintaining the gallery on the second screen so I can at least look at their little faces?
Absolutely. Hold on one second. Okay, so if you only see the last person that talked, it's because it's on speaker view. So first thing you want to do is make sure that at the top right corner, it says gallery view.
Okay, that's weird because, so in other words, even though it's, I mean, like for example, on my main screen, I see gallery view right now. And then when I click on speaker view, then it gives me speaker view. So I want to make sure I'm on gallery view.
Right.
But like I said, right now for instance, because I'm not sharing, I'm on gallery view on my primary screen. I'm speaker view on my secondary screen. So what you're saying is I want to change it. So do I want to change it so I'm speaker view? No, that doesn't work. How do I make it so I'm gallery view on my second screen? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, so let's say that you click share screen and you're sharing your screen, right? Which is your Google Slide
deck. I can check it. I can't share my screen right now because I can test it right now to see.
You know what? Why don't we just?
What happens? I'm in gallery view and I share screen, and it just keeps the speaker view on the secondary screen.
So once you click share screen, you notice that all the students show up in a little strip, right?
Well, that's what happens when I normally share screen.
Right. So what you do is at the very top of all the images, there's the little icons that looks like a line, a box, 2 boxes, and 9 boxes. Yeah. What you want to do is you want to click on the 9 box, and that's going to open up to grid.
Okay.
And then you want to, at the very bottom of that 9 box, there's a little arrow or like 2 or 3 lines, and you want to click on that and you want to drag it so that it makes that little tiny box bigger.
Yeah, no, I know how to do that on the primary screen. It just doesn't seem to be working on the secondary screen.
Anna, do you have any suggestions on that one?
Normally, that's what I do as well. The only times that it takes away my option to expand the screen is when I'm using my personal computer, when I'm using my Mac computer. Then on that, when I do that, then I have to go onto the toolbar that's up at the top, go to, I believe it's view or window. It's one of my 2 buttons. And then it allows me to choose the video format, and then I can expand it again, just like I would if I only was working with one monitor. Is that what you're using?
No, I'm using the school computer.
Okay.
Scott, are you just saying that what you have on your secondary screen you want on your first, and what's on your first you want on the secondary?
No, I like this. I like the setup I've got now. I mean, I could switch my for a primary and secondary. That's just right clicking on the display and switching the numbers. What I'm saying is that when I'm just sharing screen, I'm fine. Whatever I'm sharing is on the primary screen. I got the entire gallery on the second screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that works fine. However, if I want to, instead of sharing like just my Google Slides, if I want to share 2 windows at once, I have to click, when I click share, I need to choose the screen, right?
Yes.
So I choose screen 1. And when I choose screen 1, then what happens is that I've got my screen on screen 1, which actually has the gallery view, but then I have to, I want to bring up whatever 2 windows I want the kids to look at the same time, but my secondary screen only shows the speaker view. So I want to be able to pull everything up on the primary. I want the gallery to be on the secondary screen while whatever I'm sharing is on the primary screen when I'm sharing screen rather than a specific window.
Hey, Scott, this is Rudy. Hey, you know what? That is actually a great question. All of us have or will be getting a second monitor, so this is clearly something that we want to explore. My thought is that maybe, Scott, in a different venue, maybe after school, after distance learning, we can do a Zoom session with Yoko and we can fool around with the settings, because I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And so, but I think it would be very helpful if we actually did it interactive with like Yoko or Anna after maybe like sometime after distance learning. And then candidly, I really believe that a lot of our members are dealing with the same issue. They just haven't asked that question because we all have monitors right now. We're all trying to do different windows at the same time. So I think it's a great question. And so it's something that we can work on as a team. We can tinker around a little bit as a group and see what we come up with together.
We can maybe after this session is over at 3, we can stay on and just play around with that.
Yeah, whatever works for you.
Yeah, we'll do that right after this session is over.
Okay, so
Elaine, do you have a question?
Yeah, it was just about Zoom. I was just wondering if we were going to or not, but if so, when. Are we just staying on the basic version of Zoom, or will we get the upgraded version, which would include the poll?
So the short answer is yes, we are staying on the basic version of Zoom there are a variety of different reasons that go beyond, the scope of our meeting. But at this time, we are staying on the basic free version for educators right now. But you got a monitor and an XP.
And that's the plan for the rest of this school year, to stay on the basic.
That's the plan, yes. And and there's a lot of thought behind this too. And again, it kind of goes beyond the scope of our training today. And maybe at a separate time, Elaine, if you want to chat about that, I can kind of give you some of the reasons why. There are some different tools out there right now. Google Meet is doing some great things to compete with Zoom, and that's what our colleague Chris Chow is sharing. We're currently working with Microsoft 365, which for our older students, they could be using Teams. When we really evaluate in the long run where we're going to be at with distance learning, our video conferencing tools may diversify. And so we'll see where we're at with spring, but yeah, right now we're, sticking with the basic. That word sounds terrible, doesn't it? Basic. It just doesn't sound exciting.
I think they want it to sound terrible. They want to sell you the advanced version.
Thank you, Elaine. Thank you, Rudy. Any other questions?
Can I ask a question?
Had a question. Oh, sorry.
Yes. Thank you, Anna. Yes, I have a question. I just purchased a webcam and I tried to set up my new monitor with the webcam, and I have my document camera plugged in. When I look at the screen, when I go to Google Meet, it shows my webcam and it shows what is projected under my my document camera. Do I have too many cameras plugged in? Can I still use a webcam with my document camera plugged in? Or do I have to enable the camera on the district laptop?
Personally, I don't have a lot of experience with the webcam, but I know that with some of the teachers, when the document camera is plugged in, it interferes with the other camera. So she has to unplug it in order to switch between screens.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to have to do that.
But maybe somebody else has a different answer for that.
Mr. Torres?
Claudia, this is Rudy. Happy, what is today? Today's Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Yeah, happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. The answer is right now, we don't have a set of instructions ready for that. We're in the next few weeks, we're going to be setting up classrooms that will have interactive boards, document cameras, and web cameras all interacting together. And there's a nice little piece that we're waiting for that allows for the computer to sort of toggle between all those instruments. Because our goal is for our teachers to be able to use a document camera, obviously for instructions, for instruction for the kiddos, but use a webcam to show the kids who are Zooming at home, the kids in the classroom. So it does work. The two devices do talk to each other, but there's a special little piece that we're waiting for. And we'll be buying those for all of our certificated staff in order to set up for distance learning. And then we'll be creating blueprints. So everyone knows how all this is connected together.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Is there any other questions?
Yeah.
I have a question. Oh, sorry.
This is a security question. I've already got it so that hopefully now none of the only way a kid can get on if they're on gesd.us. Is there a way to absolutely 100% guarantee that the kid will leave an email when you look at the reports? I got bombed today, so I want to make sure that doesn't happen in the future.
Scott, that's another great question. I believe one of our intermediate colleagues a few weeks ago had an issue with Zoom allowing, the portal allowing 2 emails that were not in our domain. They were Gmail domains. And so I've been going through some advanced settings that we did not discuss when we were at Garvey. And I'll work with the team on some of those advanced settings, and maybe we can create a video. I feel pretty confident that if we go through these advanced settings, that should resolve the issue, because I do know that, again, one of our colleagues from Garvey pointed it out to me that 2 students were able to get in when she ran the Excel spreadsheet that showed all the different emails. So we've been fooling around with that. And what I'll do is I'll share that with Yoko and the team. And so that we could maybe do a small little 5-10 minute recorded session like this on more advanced settings. And I think once we get through that, I think we'll be in a good place.
Okay.
And I'm really sorry about that. I did hear about that today. I do apologize.
Yeah,
for,
no, I should have just been more,
making bad choices.
I think it's my fault. I should have been more vigilant about it. But even so, it would be nice just to make sure if the kids knew that whatever email they were using was going to get back to them. That would, I think, would be deterrent enough, because I know we're tough when we catch them.
Right. No, we'll work on that, Scott. We will.
Okay, Ms. Paulson, did you still have a question?
Yeah, I just put it in chat. Just when we're done here, I came late and I just needed the info to update my Zoom.
Okay. I'll post on the chat box right now the link to our website where all of the resources are getting posted. Oh, there you go. Yoko
I just did that right now. Yeah, let me, do I have it? No, I don't. If you click on the link, it should say, there should be a link to the slides for the Zoom session. And if you click on that, all the videos will be there.
For example,
I have a question. Hello?
Yes.
Yes. How much control do we have of the children when they're in the breakout? Because it seems like they can share their screens, they can do lots of things. Do we have any control over any of that stuff?
You can actually edit that setting if you, for example, if you just want them to talk to one another, but you don't necessarily want them to share a screen, you do have control over that. That would be under your security icon that's down below on your Zoom.
Yeah.
And then that one, you just select which options you want your students to do. And this is going to take effect on your whole class Zoom session and also on your breakout room sessions as well. So for example, if you don't want them to be allowed to share a screen with one another, then you would unselect that. And even if they're in the breakout room, they won't be able to share a screen.
So it's the same with talking. So we mute them during the big class. They cannot talk during the breakout room as well.
Yes, so similar settings. So if you click on that security icon, those are the different settings that will get activated both whole class and in the breakout room as well.
Okay, so it's not had nothing to do with the setting for Zoom, like, you know, before you open Zoom, those settings?
No,
this has nothing to do with that then.
Yeah, this could be something
Okay.
that could be done during your session if at that moment you decide, let's do a breakout room, like it wasn't really planned. It doesn't have to be something that you would do beforehand. It could be something that you do during your session.
Okay, thank you very much.
And can I test that out really quick? Can you turn off the chat and the share screen? You know, I'm gonna turn it off. And then can you throw Rudy, Mr. Torres, and I into a breakout room session?
Oh, okay. But before you do that, I just want to say thank you to the team. Thank you very much. Thank you all for joining us. And please remember, distance learning, we're all in this together. We're all learning together. We're all in this together. I want to thank you very much. If you have any questions, needs, ideas, concerns, please email us. It's all very valuable. It's information that we talk about as a team as we move forward in this journey. Thank you so much. All right. Shoot me into the breakout room.
Sure. We're still taking questions, so please keep asking questions. I just want to quickly check to make sure that the chat and the share screen will be. You know what? Why don't you put Miss Hillman and I actually in that breakout room?
Miss Hillman.
Yeah.
Got it. And if you have any additional questions, you can ask away. I will do my best to answer them. If not, we can definitely wait for Yoko if there's, I can't answer that question. Okay. All right, Yoko and Ms. Hillman, you guys were placed in the breakout room. Okay. And just a reminder, if you haven't filled it out already, and if you're interested in using Pear Deck, even after your current one expires, definitely fill out that Google form so that way we can show the district how much interest there is within the teachers. Okay.
And I have a quick question. Where do we find these videos once we're done with the live session?
All of these videos, if you take a look at the chat box, Yoko just posted a link for a website right now.
Okay. Oh, I see it right there.
Yes. On that link, what I've recommended some of my colleagues that have been reaching out is just bookmark it so that way all of the video links are going to get updated there. So whenever we have a session, everything that gets recorded gets placed there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Paulson?
Yes. Cami, I know Cami is going to expire in December. Can we get a renewal on that as well?
I will let Rudy know that there's still interest on Cami, and then we might do another
Want me
search.
to send an email? Okay, I'll just send him an email.
Okay, perfect.
We just checked the Zoom breakout session, Anna, and it looked like she was still able to share her screen.
Okay.
And she did chat. She said, "Hi, Yoko." Were you able to see that in the chat?
No.
Okay, so she was able to send me a message that said, "Hi, Yoko," even though in the security here, we turned off share screen and chat. So just FYI, everybody, even if you turn off the share screen and the chat, we were still able to do that in the breakout room.
Yeah, there's.
We'll take a look at this later.
Yeah.
And we'll play with the settings to see if there's a way to absolutely get rid of the chat and the share screen. But from my experience with the breakout room, it is a little bit harder to keep track of what they're doing. And so a lot of teachers that I know are only using that when they have an aide or a counselor in the room, so another adult with them, to just keep an eye on what they're doing. Okay, we have 3 more minutes for this session. Do we have any other questions? Okay, as I stated before, the link to today's session is on the website. On the website, we will be putting up the recordings. So Anna, can you actually share the screen and show the Google site, please?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so go ahead and go to the Tech Talk Wednesdays. And it's going to be under the Zoom and Google Meet review. And Miss Christine Chow from Rice was doing the Google Meet session today. So her slide is right there. And our slide is the one on top. And we will be posting both videos from our session and Miss Chow's session. That will be going probably in this empty box right here. And then I have posted some of the shorter clips in the slides down below. So if you don't want to click through the slide and you just want access to the videos that were recorded, they will be going here. We're not done updating this because we still need to put some of the, still need to put the session recording from today on here. So if you check back maybe tomorrow, most of this should be updated. And if we, go ahead.
Last week's recordings and all of the information, it's all going to be there as well for you. So that way, if you missed last week's or there was something that you needed to watch over, you can just toggle between the menu bar and you can see last week's videos as well.
Okay, it is 2:59. Thank you everyone for being here and joining us for our second Tech Talk Wednesday. Again, next week we will be covering XP Pens and how to set it up, how to use it with Marcy, Rachel, and Fong. So please come back and join us for that session. And we are still taking suggestions for future PDs. So if there's something you want to learn more about, let us know, because we can either record a short video on that or we will do a whole session on that. Thank you, everybody. See you next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then, Scott, do you want to stay on just so we can test out that
so
second
if
screen?
you can enable the share for me, I can kind of tell you what I'm talking about.